talk about this.
Okay.
Because Mike, yeah, never mind.
Yes. What?
Never mind. No.
Here we go. Here we go.
No, I didn't want to bring it.
I think we should outlaw never mind. You're not allowed to. Kristian, what?
David Zaslav and Peter Safran on Superman's phenomenal opening. They teased the Batman and Wonder Woman plans. Warner Brothers Discovery boss David Zaslav and DC Studios co-CEO Peter Safran have praised Superman for its phenomenal opening. And it sounds like Batman and Wonder Woman are now the main priority. Warner Brothers has been on a real losing streak at the box office over the past few years, but 2025 has seen the studio turn its fortunes around with Minecraft, Sinners, Final Destination, Bloodlines, and F1. Forget that it's F1 because it's Apple also. Superman is the studio's 5th consecutive #1 movie, earning $125 million at the domestic box office and a good, but admittedly not great, $95 million overseas. Talking to the New York Times, David Zaslav said the studio is having a hell of a fun and is now on the attack. Addressing what's proven to be a strong start for DC Studios and the new DCU, he's added, our biggest strategic opportunity was that DC was underdeveloped. Now that we have Gunn and Safran firing with a 10-year plan, Supergirl has already been shot. They're working on Wonder Woman. They're working on Batman. Zaslav added, I believe deeply and wholeheartedly in motion pictures. It's the purest, most exhilarating, and most powerful storytelling in the world. According to his report, Superman cost an estimated $350 million to produce and market, meaning profitability is still a long way off. However, with the DC brand so tainted, a positively reviewed movie which just breaks even is likely to be good enough. As the site puts it, the company's goal with Superman was ultimately to persuade movie fans to think differently about the DC Studios brand, that it has moved past a period of inconsistent storytelling and whipsawing quality. That sentiment was echoed by Peter Safran when he said, Superman is a hero for everyone. What a great weekend and phenomenal start for our DCU. Batman and Wonder Woman are obviously a priority for DC Studios, and we'd bet James Gunn and Safran are facing at least some pressure from Zaslav to get movies featuring those popular characters in theaters sooner rather than later. For now, DC Studios has Peacemaker Season 2 lined up with Lanterns, I think it just finished filming, Supergirl, and Clayface all coming in 2026. Hopefully those will keep the new DCU momentum going. Superman, DC Studios' first feature film to hit the big screen, is set to soar into theaters. We did that already. Is that everything? That's fine. Okay, so let's start with you, Mike.
Okay.
How are you, as a DC lunatic, how do you feel about the state of where DC and Superman is? Let's say that it does just break even. Yeah. How do you feel about all of that and more?
I feel fantastic because I say this, and again, the money is the money, and whatever, that's beside the point. I think the bigger picture with them is they needed to get people trusting the brand, loving these characters, and hey, we want to see them again. That's, I think, the ultimate thing. And even all the reviews that hate the movie, or I don't even see one that hate it, they don't like it. You can't argue Corn Sweat and Brosnan are just great. So I think that's a huge win. Of course, but again, the numbers are there. So it's like they're like today, I don't know if you saw Monday, it had the second, it beat Jurassic World from its weekend to Monday box office. So Jurassic beat it opening domestically. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, just numbers over general. Mm-hmm. So Jurassic World had a stronger 3-day weekend, but then they dropped off Monday, but this picked up Monday. So it's like the word of mouth is going to kick off, and they're predicting, I saw somewhere like a 50% drop off for weekend 2, which they'll know, they said, by like Wednesday. So I think it's a huge hit. Like, and they hit what they needed to do. Like, they got on base, and what Gunn said, they got on base.
Roxy, I think that one of the things actually too that we don't really bring up, and that they brought up in the beginning of the article, is that Minecraft, all these movies that Warner Brothers has made a ton of profit on, right? If you put all those movies together, of the money that they've made through Bloodlines, Minecraft, all those movies, those big movies, even if Superman breaks even, it still balances out overall. If they're happy with the reception overall of what is happening with it, if people still are interested, I think it still stands that you have to limit your budget. You can go big on your first movie, but you got to limit your budgets going forward. But I don't know, you hear about all these things. What do you think? I know how much you guys love trade. Well, If you didn't already, you're going to love them even more. Cold brew now. This is what they got. For me, I love drinking cold brew. I used to rely on the old grocery store concentrator, the $6 cafe runs, and it's tough. Mostly out of what I thought it was convenient. But as you know, I found Trade. I love Trade. It's so easy now just to make cold brew at home. Plus, it tastes way better, and it costs so much less than buying out. Trade. What's Trade? You know Trade, but I'll tell you again, Trade is the #1 coffee destination in the U.S. for both hot and cold coffee drinkers. They've sourced the best beans from top roasters across the U.S., and now they have a special cold brew collection. You got to check it out. They've teamed up with 15 roasters to create a special cold brew bean collection. It ensures your cold brew at home tastes exactly how it should, smooth and delicious. I love it. I'm telling you, it is so much easier. It has been so convenient. I mean, how long have I been talking about Trade? 2 years? And I don't talk about somebody that long and stay with them that long if I don't love them and fell in love with them. And that's what I love. Limited time, Trade is giving 50% off a month of cold brew. Did you hear that? 50% off. That's over 60 cups of cold brew for 50% off when you go to drinktrade.com/Kristian. That is drinktrade.com/Kristian. Get 50% off 1 month of cold brew. drinktrade.com/Kristian. People keep reaching out to me and keep telling me about how much they love Turtle Beach. And I said the same thing I say every time someone says that. I say, I told you just so. It's the best. I love Turtle Beach. It just enhances your gaming experience in general. I told you guys I was playing Indiana Jones, and I love the game so much. And I wonder if one of the reasons I love it so much is because of Turtle Beach and the headset that I have. It's so good. It just brings back the feeling of the old school kind of gaming. This Gen 3 Stealth 700 headset that they have, it's really like stepping into the golden age of gaming all over again. But with the catch that this time, the audio is richer. The surround sound's more immersive. The battery lasts an insane 80 hours. No more crackly mics, no more missed callouts, just pure uninterrupted gaming exactly the way you remember it, but better. It's the best. What I love about Turtle Beach is not just the headsets. They have every gaming accessory you could ever want, and they're all high quality at prices that don't break the bank. From flight racing simulators to controllers, keyboards, and mice, Turtle Beach is the ultimate gaming cheat code. So this is what you do. You head to turtlebeach.com. Use that code Kristian for 10% off your entire order. 10% off your order at turtlebeach.com with that promo code Kristian. You're going to purchase it. They're going to ask you, they say, hey, where'd you hear about us? You say, Kristian told us about it. Please support our show. Tell them that we sent you. Get the ultimate immersive gaming experience with Turtle Beach today.
I'm a little confused on how people are talking so tepid about Superman when, to me, this did exactly what in a almost top case scenario it was predicted to do. I get when they're saying good, not great internationally, which is something, Kristian, you and I had talked about on the show many times, that we didn't know what the international reception to this would be right now. But domestically, this annihilated. Critically, this annihilated. Audience-wise, this is annihilated. So the way that people are talking about this online right now, like, is Superman a flop? Is it going to be a flop? I'm confused what I'm missing, because to me, this movie is clearly going to at least break even. To me, I believe it's going to surpass that in spades.
Really, in spades? That's gonna be tough to
Spades.
do. That's gonna be hard to do.
I don't think it's going to be that hard to
Really?
do, Kristian, because if you don't believe this is going to surpass that in spades, you're saying you don't think this is going to make more than 500 mil.
I think it'll make close to 550, 600 is what I said yesterday now. And remember, when you and I spoke about this, I stand by it now even more so, that I thought Jurassic World would be, out of the 3 big movies in July, that was going to be the winner.
But if you think this is going to make 600 mil, isn't that passing in spades? Because they're now saying that the budget for this was 220. I don't know.
350 with marketing.
With marketing, 320.
With right
320 to 350, yeah.
So if this hits 600, is that not passing in spades?
Well, that would just about break even if 600 with the marketing. You have to make double, basically.
I had heard that this was 500 with the marketing. You guys are not hearing that?
No.
I heard 320 with marketing.
320 with marketing.
Yeah.
You said
it
5.
was 230 to make 100 million to market.
Yeah.
I had heard that if this hits over 500, it is making more.
That's what
than
they're saying. They're
is
saying
that not what you're saying?
Well, that's what that's what I don't know how the math lines up, but you're not wrong. That is exactly what Zaslav and Gunn have said, that 550, if they hit 500, they'll be happy with it. But I also think that's also because of the movies that have already come out for Warner Brothers this year, that they've already made some profit on them, that they can take the loss on it.
To me, that's in spades. If they're saying if they hit 500 that they're happy because that they've broke even, that means if they hit 600, then you're making $100 million profit. To me, that's in spades. Okay. I think it's going to do more than that. I think that we're going to hit 700, 750. I do. Because of the repeat viewing. I haven't heard anybody in my personal group of friends that saw this that isn't going to go back to this. I think that the Fantastic Four of it all might really, really slow it down.
But I mean, yeah, I think that, and because international, I say this only, and I hope I'm wrong. I think there is no shot in hell the movie makes $700 million.
You don't think it'll make 700?
No shot. I did at one point.
Could. I really think it could.
It's just not internet. It needs international box office.
Think about what Mikey did this week. Did you see what Mikey did yesterday?
Twitter?
Me?
Yeah.
What did I do? I don't pay attention to Twitter.
Mikey, what'd you go do yesterday or the day before?
I went to the. Like yesterday, like last night, I went to Mission Impossible.
You went to see Mission Impossible for the how many time?
Eighth time.
Yeah, and it's still bombing.
Because you loved it. I'm not.
That'll break even.
No, it is not. That movie is not going to break even. Are you kidding?
100%. Is that true? I don't know how Mission Impossible box office doing.
No way. I'm looking. That movie lost a lot of money. You forget how much.
I'm not a box office girl. Based off of what people said, how much people said this was going to bomb, and based on where we are, I think it's very clearly going to hit 500. I think it could hit 600, and I think it could hit 700. I do. Okay. I do, because of the repeat viewing. You're right. International matters a lot. We'll see how it goes.
I'm with Roxy. I had always said 657. I don't understand domestic or not domestic, international. Like I never really think about that because it's not always seen there. I think the fact that I think it'll beat Jurassic definitely for this. I think of the three, Jurassic, Fantastic Four, and Superman, I would have said Jurassic was going to make the top.
You think Superman's going to beat Jurassic?
He said domestically.
Oh, domestic.
No, no, overall. Because Jurassic Park
dude,
is stalling out at 500 million right now.
You're insane. It's not stalling out.
Let me ask you. Hold on a second. Yes, it is, because the last one.
Before you continue, I want you to continue. But before you continue, I just bet Roca that it would hit 700 million, and he's going to owe me a second steak dinner. He's already bent the knee. It's right at 540. Would you like to bet a steak dinner as well? Because Okay,
so hold on a sec. Let me say this.
Yes.
So you're sitting there. So Superman is at what, 225, 230 right now after like 6 days.
Yeah.
So Jurassic World has been out for what, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
And it's only at 500 million. The last one before it made over $1 billion.
Yeah, but how long did it
take? This one is like the reviews tanked it. It's dropping like a rock now that Superman hit it.
Okay.
So
how come?
I disagree, obviously, with what you're saying, Mikey. But Kristian, do you still think it's going to hit a bill?
Jurassic World?
Yeah.
No, I don't think.
Dude, Harloff, you're one of those guys. You're one of those guys 3 weeks ago that was like F1 movie of the summer, $1 billion hit.
Never said
that movie is not even going to clear 400 million.
No world did I ever say that F1 was going to make $1 billion.
Everyone was saying
unlike you that said Birds of Prey was going to make $1 billion.
Bullshit. You shut your mouth. I never said that.
You never said that. You certainly did. There's footage. There's footage.
Never.
Did you really say that, Mikey?
Yes, he did. There's footage.
Shut Roxy. Come
footage.
on.
I'm telling you, I saw a clip. I said
it was going to make $1 billion?
1,000% you said that.
No way.
Yes,
oh God, someone's going to find that. It's going to be true, isn't it?
Sometimes I find it it's a little challenging because we're doing this show together right now. We're live to so many people. Thousands of people will see this. Yeah. But Kristian, Mike, and I are friends at a bar right now talking about our predictions about how much a movie's going to make. Yeah. And then that footage will last our entire lives. So yes, I do feel bad for us sometimes when we make outlandish comments.
Well, here's the thing,
right? Because you can't.
I've always said this. I've always said this caveat as like I am terrible at box office predictions. Yeah. Don't bet money on me. Okay. Don't go to me for those.
You won't take the carrot. I'm going to dangle.
What's your carrot?
A steak dinner just for you. That there's no world that Superman will beat Jurassic World Rebirth overall box office. There's no world. right now with these numbers that are, because if Fantastic Four wasn't coming out, I'd say we'll see. We'll see what kind of build up.
But you don't think that's going to take the wind out of Jurassic 2?
Yeah, of course it will. But it's going to hurt Superman more because Superman needs to catch up. Like, so Jurassic World Rebirth currently is at 532. And it's done domestic, it's done 232, international, it's done 300.
Yeah, international's all right. I can't take that bet because I don't know box office.
Yeah, and the problem with Superman is Superman has only made 95 million internationally.
Yeah.
And I said this a long time.
Is it open everywhere, Kristian?
I think the majority of big markets. And Roxy, I said this to you last time. I just didn't know how much Superman stretches out. He's never stretched out internationally. So
maybe is that a different conversation where, because I cannot stand the conversation of it's Superman, it's one of the most popular fictional characters in the world. It needs to hit this number. Because to that argument, there was a list of the most popular characters.
Yeah.
And two of those names on those lists I'll throw up right now. And you guys tell me if they've ever made 500 million in a movie or 700. Sure. Sherlock Holmes and Tarzan.
Okay. I don't know the answer.
Look, I'll look.
Robert Downey Jr. at the height of Iron Man.
Probably not.
What did that Sherlock Holmes movie make?
The first one overall.
Yeah.
How much? You're saying over how much money?
I don't know. I have no idea.
It made.
So I'm just saying, what did it make?
It made 524 million.
Okay, should have hit $1 billion. It's Sherlock Holmes. Why not? So
then
why does Superman? It's like, oh, it's got to hit this
because it doesn't. Because Sherlock Holmes probably cost $73 to make.
But still, it's the point of people. They tout this. It's he's the most popular character in pop, and everyone knows it. Everyone knows Tarzan, and everyone knows what did the Bill Skarsgård Tarzan make? Why didn't that make $1 billion? Because if everyone knows it and it's all out there, it's such a disingenuous bullshit argument when people throw that up there. I'd say Batman is more popular than Superman.
Definitely, right?
100%.
That goes back into our conversation. Ultimately, where this goes is that how important is it? And I'm going to start Roxy on this one first. Rox, how important is it? Because we can all agree, even if it breaks even, right? It's not the big $1 billion movie that a lot of people thought it was going to be, and it's not like because a lot of
never going to be.
I'm people, by the way.
Yeah, people. Definitely. But I mean, a majority, like Winston, thought it was going to happen too. A lot of people on this.
I don't think a majority, Kristian.
On this channel.
Oh.
A majority of people on this channel.
But bar conversation, like I'm telling you.
And that's a good thing, Roxy. Bar conversation.
Because when I remember very clearly, Kristian, you and I were talking about Superman versus Jurassic, and I said to you, you said Jurassic's going to wipe the floor with Superman, no matter if Superman's the best movie of all time or not. Jurassic just does
internationally, yes,
internationally, just globally, total.
Right.
I said, I think Superman's going to take it. Right. And you said, you do? And I said, okay, I'll be 100% honest. No, I don't, but I will place that bet.
Right.
I will place that bet because that's what I want. And I'm working on my manifesting skills. I guess I didn't manifest hard enough, but go ahead now. Ask me your question.
As far as what this movie has done, and now as they mentioned in this article, how crucial is it, regardless, for them to? What I don't think maybe you feel differently. I don't think they need rush and go, hey, we need to put Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman in a movie together. Let's go. That would be a classic error, I think. However, I do think that outside of Clayface, outside of Supergirl, which I'm not excited for yet, especially after that opening scene. But apparently the comic book is pretty good. So if it's based off the comic book and not that
opening scene.
No, the way that they debuted her in
okay.
I thoroughly disliked.
So do you not know about Supergirl?
I know that the comic, from what I've been told, even yesterday when I was talking about this, how
Woman of Tomorrow,
and how kind of science fiction it is, and hearing Coy break down how dark it is, and kind of
he's obsessed.
Yeah, so like that I'm interested in, but what I saw in this movie, I have no interest in. But I want to see, however, how they're going and how much again that movie costs, because they're clearly done with that. Clayface is done, but that's not really going to necessarily connect the DCU. How important is it for them to have a Wonder Woman movie and fast track a Batman movie, do you think?
Yeah. Okay. So a couple of different things here. Number one, going to Supergirl, and this will tie into Wonder Woman. I think that general public, I'm not talking about you specifically, Kristian, but just in general, because we haven't had the iterations of Supergirl and Wonder Woman on the big screen as often as we've had Superman or Batman, general public thinks that Supergirl and Wonder Woman are similar characters. And I think that people thought that we were about to, when spoilers, but this was announced beforehand for what we saw of Supergirl so far, I think people were expecting her to be more like Wonder Woman and or more like the most famous live action Supergirl that we've ever had, which is Melissa Benoist in the Supergirl show. But that is not, to use comic book terms or nerd terms, that's not my Supergirl. That my Supergirl is kind of who we saw. It is the Woman of Tomorrow Supergirl. It is somebody who is struggling and does not have it fully together. She's the opposite of what happened with Superman.
Right.
Supergirl had a completely different journey. So I think that because we're going to see Supergirl next, I don't think that we need to see Wonder Woman immediately, Batman immediately. I'm more concerned about which versions of them we are going to be seeing. I want to make a well-rounded team of really different and true to the source material, but different people who bring different things to the table. So I'm okay with us focusing right now on Superman and on Supergirl. Clayface is a different scenario because I don't think he's like the main focus of the DCU, but I am very excited for that property.
Small movie, horror movie, and different.
Who took over after Mike Flanagan?
I forget the guy's name. I read it. Yeah.
Regardless, I'm very excited for that. So I'm not as concerned about like we have to rush to it. But here are the things that I do want to see. I want to see individual movies for these people. I do not want to see Wonder Woman introduced in a Justice League movie. I do not want to see Batman introduced in a Batman versus Superman movie.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I want to see it doesn't have to be origin stories, but I want to see them be the stars of their movie because that's the caliber of Batman and Wonder Woman. And if we're doing that for Superman and for Supergirl, and we have years and years to go, I know that the Gun Saffron contract is only like 4 years.
Yeah, I think it'll probably get extended though. Even if Superman breaks even, it'll still get extended.
Me too. I don't think Superman's going to break even. I think it's going to make money, but again, non-box office girly, and I'm hammered at this point. So that's what I want to see. I don't think that they need to rush, but of course, it takes a long time to crack these certain nuts. Take your time on them, introduce them in their own movies, really make sure that you are putting together a variety of characters that will ultimately fit together so that when we do end up with our Justice League, that it's characters that we love and care about.
What do you think, Mike? Should they do? Is it crucial for them to do Batman and Wonder Woman as their next big standout movies after Supergirl, or should they try obscure characters and see if they can get people on board and then introduce them?
I'm torn because I've always liked that analogy he said about, getting on base. We got to get a double because they're on base right now. They got a double. It's not a home run. It won't be a home run. Peacemaker, people love season 1. His cameo in both my screenings got a huge applause. I think season 2 is going to be great. And he's saying that season 2 really gets into the Pocket universe and explaining this universe. So I think that'll get on board. I think Lanterns looks like great. So that'll, move Superman to third base. Peacemaker gets to second. Lanterns is on third base. Supergirl comes up, hits a single, brings Superman home. So the bases are loaded at that point. Then you get your Batman out there and you hit a home run. But you do these individual projects that are all connected. I think Wonder Woman, they're in an interesting place because remember, he was always like, she's a ways off. She's a ways off. We're going to do Themyscira. But now he's changed it. Like, as soon as that script is good, we're going. So I think they're at a place with Wonder Woman because she was introduced in BVS and it was just kind of like an aside. And then she was there. I think Wonder Woman is the one you give an origin to. And you have her introduced to this world. Like, I'm here as an emissary for Themyscira. And the others are already established. I think with her film, you start as an origin, and that separates it from Gal and BVS. And really I know they kind of tease the origin, but if they go more into
not feel that
she's
Wonder
made
Woman,
of clay.
Do you not feel Wonder Woman was an origin story?
It was, but it was set in the World War II, and it jumped to the front. But then But it was all over the place. Like, oh, she could fly, but she can't fly. And how long she been here? This timeline doesn't match up with this timeline. You just make it modern, and she's created as of now.
She also, it's not like Spider-Man and Batman where they've had 75,000 movies with the same origin.
And her origin being, made of clay was never really, and I think that's what they will do with her. Yeah, they will do. She's sculpted from clay, and I think that will be
the time jump was even more. It was World War I. It wasn't even World War II.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, so it's like. And then she was just working. I liked it, but I know it was like, this doesn't really match up with what we're doing. And I think
it was just a good movie. So people kind of forgave a lot.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
So I am looking at it in this. I think it is crucial to do Wonder Woman and Batman next. I think it's crucial for where
when you mean next, Kristian. Do you mean
it's not next? And
I mean after Supergirl.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Once they start, I think if they're right now, I don't think they should introduce. Granted, you're going to do smaller movies like Sergeant Rock, and you're going to do smaller movies like Clayface, where it does, because even there was a report yesterday wondering if Batman would debut in Clayface. It would be ridiculous.
I talked about that.
I know, but we talked about it again yesterday because they had more information about it. It would be an absolutely ridiculous thing to do because it makes more sense. Yes, because of this reason. It makes more sense for them to put Clayface in a future Batman movie or anything too, and if you're like, who's that? That's Clayface. Oh, he's got his own movie, as opposed to a smaller movie that maybe not a lot of people are going to see, and then you introduce Batman. You're asking the audience to do homework. If they're not horror movies, I'm telling you, if that's a reason.
Well, let me explain to you. Do people? Because I'm watching tons of people sit there and go with their AMC A list and buy tickets to see Superman just to watch the Odyssey trailer.
Okay,
I guarantee if you say the last scene is Clayface, he's in, because he even said, he's like, it takes place in Hollywood. He's a Hollywood actor. The end of this movie, there's the police like, we don't know what to do with this damn thing.
How'd that work out for Black Adam?
Hold on. Let me tell you something. Finish there. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Hey, you hold it there, mister.
The police are like, we don't know what to do with this thing. We're not equipped for this. And they're like, ship him to Gotham. And the last scene is him being wheeled in some giant airtight case into Gotham. And then Batman's with one of the Arkham doctors walking with him. And that's our introduction to this actor. And keep it quiet. They won't keep it quiet. But I'm saying, if I had my druthers, they don't keep it quiet. You've got to see this movie to see who the Batman is and what he looks like.
You're asking the audience.
That movie would do gangbusters on people just going for that alone.
You're nuts. You give too much. You're not. Look, Black Adam alone. How did that do? Henry Cavill.
Well, what were they doing? Henry Cavill was Superman for 10 years already.
He showed up. He came back.
How did Black Adam do?
It made like I'd lost like $50 million. It cost way too much money, and did not. And they were marketing it, but they were spoiling it.
It was a mess, that movie.
They were spoiling the post credits in order to get people to go see the movie, and it's still
going back.
I'm not saying post credits. I'm saying this is. Let me get you.
Going back to what you were asking before, though, Kristian, I didn't realize what you were saying was, should they do other characters before they get to Wonder Woman and Batman? No, absolutely not.
So they should So you need to lead. You got to go with your big three. You got because
are you calling that Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman?
Yeah.
I don't know that is the big three.
That's what everyone. That's what I think. James Gunn referred to them as the big three also.
I know. I know that they are the big three. I don't know that is going to be the big three of DCU. I think that one of the things that Gunn is doing that's really smart is kind of testing things out and seeing how we are and being a little slower and more methodical about things. Like him having Supergirl here and then Supergirl being our next movie. I'm curious if he's trying to see what her place in the DCU should be. Is she as big of a deal as
Wonder
Superman,
Woman?
as Wonder Woman? I don't think that's what he's going to do, but I am curious.
I think that they need. I think that they need to. Those are the big three. I think those. I think.
I hear you. We're going to have them. I'm not saying they should be the next ones.
I think that they need to be. Those have to be the three big focuses because this is like this is the last shot that they really have for this. DC has been like all rocky and all this stuff for so long that they have an opportunity to really put this thing in the forefront. And Wonder Woman and Batman internationally could turn out to be a bigger property than Superman, which it already has proven in the past has been the truth. Batman, you've got to push forward Batman. You have to. You've got to find Batman.
But he has been from the beginning. He's been like they announced Brave and the Bold at the beginning of the slate. Like they knew
Brave and the Bold ain't happening. There's no world that movie and Andy Muschietti is
absolutely is happening.
You think Andy
that's
Muschietti
the Batman?
You think
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. But Batman Brave the Bold with Damian Wayne as his son. That is Batman going forward. That's what they're doing.
Let me ask.
They're not starting from scrap and like, well, we're not doing this anymore.
I don't want to see that either.
I want to go back to the big three for a second, Kristian.
Yes.
Do you feel this is a yes or no?
Sure.
Do you feel that in Zack Snyder's DCEU that the big three was Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman?
Yes.
You do?
100%. Yeah.
So you didn't feel that Flash or Aquaman were bigger characters than any of the other ones?
No, I thought they were big. They were big characters, but not bigger. Not as far as the overall arc of the story he was telling. No.
Batman didn't have a standalone movie.
No, but he's still crucial in all those.
Aquaman had several.
Yeah, but
Flash had one.
You're talking about the
Wonder
overall
Woman
arc.
had two.
Yeah, but you're talking about the overall arc of the DCEU was based around those three characters.
I didn't feel that way. I did not feel that Batman was the big three of the Justice League the way
Roxy.
that I hoped that he would be.
Okay.
Oh, that you hope to be, but like he was popping up in everyone else's movie too. Like he is everywhere.
Yeah.
Crucial, I guess, would be a
he essentially formed the Justice League
together.
You guys are both talking at the same time. I have no idea what
he was putting everything together in that Justice League movie. He was the one putting it all together. He was the one that had to do everything with Wonder Woman. He had to do everything with Aquaman.
I hear you, but I feel like he was not as essential a part of the big three because when you don't give somebody a standalone movie and you throw them in, I don't think you have the connection to that character in the same way. I love Batfleck. Everybody knows he's one of my favorite Batman. I loved him. And I think it's not a good way to introduce what you are considering the big three. Everybody
That's a different story.
That's a different story.
I'm not disagreeing with you that he should have had his own movie. I'm just telling you, as far as the story that was told, you said, are they part of the big three? Yes. His story was crucial.
Yeah, so you felt that they were the three essentials. You felt like they were more essential than Cyborg, then Aquaman, and then Flash.
100%. As far as the overall arc, I think if you say wow, but I think you are living on an island by yourself for the most part. I think if we did a poll right now, I would tell you that I think most people would think that those were the big three. Maybe I'm wrong.
Those are
Roxy,
Kristian. 100%. Wait, let me be 100% clear. Okay. Obviously, those are the big three. I'm a DC girl.
You're saying for the DCEU. You're saying for the DCEU. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Well, let's say I don't know if Luke or PLD is here, but maybe I'm wrong. Roxy,
Kristian, Luke, I hate when you do this. You're so annoying, dog.
Why am I annoying?
Because you never do a poll on things that you think you might be wrong about. You only do polls on things that you know that the audience is going to be on your side about. You're so transparent.
You just put together a very good argument. Why wouldn't they respond?
Roxy, I gotta say, it pains me to do this, but I gotta side with HARLOFF on this one. I do. It kills me to do this.
I think the vast majority of people in the chat are going to agree with you. For me personally,
for you personally, okay. You just said wow. I made it seem like it was in a minority.
What?
When we said it before, you went wow, as if it was such a outside take. That's why I thought you were saying that it was.
Yeah, I see
what you're saying. It was a strange take.
I wasn't saying you had an outside take. I just don't understand how we could have a big three and to everybody, that's the big three without ancillary knowledge. Like everybody going in knows it's the big three. But if you didn't know that, did the DCEU treat it like that was the big three? To me, no.
I don't know, Roxy. Check it out. Right. Roxy, look. Look at this.
Oh my God.
Here we go.
Here we go. Cut you off. No more beer. No more.
Bar talk, Rox. Bar talk.
I know.
I should have a few beers. I gotta go see Smurfs in a little bit. Okay. What was that? Right?
Not be good.
I don't know. Those movies since they have gone to CGI instead of the live action ones, they've been more bearable. So we'll see. I have no idea.
There was a live action Smurfs.
Oh, two of them. Were they people
in prosthetics?
No. They were animated, and then Neil Patrick Harris was running around.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said that, Mikey, earlier. You mentioned I didn't know there was a live action Tarzan with who did you say?
Skarsgård, yeah, and Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie.
I've never heard of this.
And action, honestly, I know I was kind of trying to dog it. It's good. It's a fun movie. It's a good movie. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Oh, so the poll is up already. So good. There's already a poll with 100.
Here we go. Here we go.
We'll check it at the end. But
Shocker.
So much for you guys to comment on, whether it is in the live stream, the comments after it airs, and of course the clips channel. Put your thoughts in there about where the DCU should go. Should they be leading with the big three? Should they be going after other things? Do you think internationally that Superman will pick back up? Or is Mike as big of a lunatic as everyone else thinks he is? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know.